guys, welcome back to my channel. Are you guys so excited to be here? Because I am so excited to be here. I'm going to show you guys how to achieve this makeup look. I did post this on Instagram like a few days ago, and a few people requested me to do a tutorial on it, so here I am. Your wish is my command. It's just a very light, natural look, but it is still very glam in certain areas. I did do a little bit of a feather brow and false freckles. I don't know if you can see them. They're just very light. But anyways, with no further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. If you're interested, then keep watching. I already primed my eyelids with MAC paint pots, and we're just gonna go ahead and start doing our eyeshadow look today. I'm doing the same look that I posted on Instagram with my feathered brow, my false freckles, and like a very warm eyeshadow look, and it's like a cut crease. But I actually didn't cut my crease like with actually concealer, so I want to show you guys my trick I like to do to give the illusion that it's like cut and clean, but without actually going in with concealer, because to me that's just too extra sometimes and I'm feeling lazy. So I'm going to use the Nicole Concealer on Violet Voss palette today. I'm just going to set my eyes with the color Daisy. It's a very just neutral skin tone. Just going to pack it on with my blending brush. I'm just going to lay it all down. Pretty sure this is like the first time that I don't have my brows done before my eyeshadow. Today I'm just switching it up. Okay, so after that color's all laid down, I'm gonna go ahead and start building up the color and the transition with a brush. It's this peachy neutral color. And I'm gonna start moving it down over here because I am creating that outside wing with eyeshadow. And I'm just going to put it all over. Now that that's colors like all laid out, I'm going to jump right in with Hey Girl. It's this darker brown. I know it's a darker color, but the fluffier the brush, the less pigmented it's gonna be. So that's why I'm going in with this big fluffy brush. Kind of focus it in my crease and then pushing it out into that V. So like how like less pigmented it shows up. Alright, now we're going to take a more defined brush, and this is the Crown C512 blending brush. And I'm going to take Hangry, and I'm going to just build that color inside my crease. Start building it up on my outside wing as well. Now I'm going to go back with that Hey Girl color, and I'm just going to use it to further deepen my crease and focus it in the outer V. I'm going to use more of a smaller precise brush. This is just the Anastasia one that came with her palettes that she has. I'm just going to use it in the outer V to build up that color. Next is the cut crease part. I'm going to take a nice C brush. This is the Morphe B33, I believe. It's a nice skinny brush. I want a really white shadow, so I'm going to go in with the Morphe 35B in this white shadow. And I'm going to wet my brush actually. I know you don't really see this very often with matte shadows, but I actually like doing it when I'm doing this fake cut crease. And I'm just gonna pack the wet side in that shadow, and you notice that the texture's like turns up really weird on the brush, but don't worry, Okay, and we're gonna start cutting that crease, I guess, with the white shadow. So I'm gonna start the corner and just pretend like I am cutting my crease. You'll notice that it shows up chalky, but just like pat it into the eye to keep building up that white color. I'm gonna like start slowly blending it into the other shadow and like tap it out with my finger. I'm gonna take the color right underneath that. It's just more of a skin tone color, not as white, and I'm just gonna go into that with this Anastasia brush again, and I'm just gonna like use it for that transition into those two colors. Okay, that is how I fake cut my crease. Just like that. Now that that's all set, let's go ahead and do that feather brow look. To start out with that more natural brow, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. I'm in shade number 4. I'm gonna do my left brow. So I'm gonna very lightly start by just drawing out the bottom of my eyebrow. Okay, and then at the base, I'm just gonna go ahead and like literally draw straight lines going up. You can do this with pomade too. I just find it's easier to do with the pencil because with pomade or any wax or even powder, you just have to dip in like constantly after each stroke because you want the line to be as precise as the first one was. And then for the top, I'm just going to draw that one line and then connect it with another. Just bring the hair strokes down my brow. You just gotta do realistic hair strokes that are in your brow. And then just for the tail, just do small little ones connecting. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take the spoolie at the other end and brush up my brow, kind of soften those hairs. So I like to do this because this is how my brow is gonna look almost. So I can kind of see like the bare spots that I need to fill in a little more, which is over by the arch. So we're gonna go ahead and just do that. Alright. Okay, let's clean this bad boy up with concealer. I'm gonna use the Anastasia concealer in 0.75. This stuff is super freaking pigmented. Like, I'm just gonna barely tap my brush in there. I'm gonna push that concealer down into my eyeshadow and blend it all together. Okay, in the top, I'm barely gonna clean anything up. Besides for the tail a little, I just noticed that it's not as straight as I want it to be. I'm gonna take the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit. This stuff is like literally hairspray for the eyebrows. I'm just going to start brushing up my brow hairs. So if you really want your brows to like stick like this, then the best option is after you place it, you take a clean dry spoolie and you just make sure they kind of stay in that place or as they dry. I'm gonna add a few more hair strokes just to blend that top part. Alright guys, those are my finished brows. Alright. Before I get into the rest of the eyes, I'm just going to prime my face with the Benefit Professional. And I want to share with you guys my new favorite primer. It is by Benefit. It's the Stay Flawless 15-hour wear. I don't know who's going to wear their primer for 15 hours, but I do really like this primer. Your foundation just like sticks to your skin like no other, and it just makes it like super tacky, and when you put it on, it literally feels wet. And I'm just going to massage that into my skin with my finger. Sitting on my face, let's go ahead and pop on some lashes and mascara. I'm just gonna throw on the Wispies from Ardi. Love these lashes. They're so pretty and natural. Since we're going for that light kind of natural look, I'm going to go in with the Dream Cushion, and I'm just going to spot conceal the areas that I am breaking out. I'm just going to take my Smashbox Correcting Stick in the green to cancel out the reds a little bit. And I'm just going to diffuse the edges, but still keep the center really pigmented. To lock that concealer in place, I'm just going to take this Stay Flawless primer again, and I'm just going to tap it into the areas I spot concealed. Head and get to the foundation. I'm just going to just dip right into this and start blending. And I literally went to the gym with this makeup on, with the 15-hour wear primer, and holy moly, like after my sweat, like it was still there. And now for concealer, I'm just going to use the Maybelline Fit Me. It is really a lightweight concealer. I'm going to take it underneath my eyes, but remember that I am creating that outside wing. But we're going to be cautious of that and just create that outside wing. Before that shit goes anywhere, we're gonna bake it real fast with some Laura Mercier translucent powder. Alright, so now I'm just gonna finish the bottom half of my eyeshadow. I like using the Anastasia brush for this. So I'm gonna use Bro and start laying out that transition. Okay, and then take the more defined side and bam, lay out, hey girl. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face, bronzer, blush, and highlights, and I'll do my lips as well, and I'll show you guys how I did my false freckles. Alright guys. Hey, I already finished the rest of my face. So for my false freckles, I'm going to use the Benefit Ka-Brow in shade number 3. And I'm going to use this lip pencil, I believe, by Puffin. I'm going to go in with the Ka-Brow. I used to be like super intimidated by false freckles, like being able to do it, but it makes your makeup just look more natural and like that you don't have a lot on. And I'm going to follow actually like my freckles I already have, and just random spots. And then every like 5 or 6 freckles or so, I dip in for some more pomade. look like that already. It looks gorgeous. Don't be afraid to go over your highlight either. That's how I do my false freckles, and if you want to soften them even more, you can go in with a beauty blender and you can like tap them out, but I really like how mine turned out. So that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you next video. I have a very exciting video coming up. Let's see you guys next time. Bye!